in Kansas City. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Dan Hoare alongside former Bearcats Jim Kelly Jr. and Tony Pike. Hello.
I'd do anything for you, Emily.
Still creepy.
Right.
Calling all fall fanatics. The new DQ fall treat menu has arrived for just a...
which is they're very in the top 10 in the country as far as starts for the offensive line. And one of those offensive linemen came from Alabama, and one of those offensive linemen came from Notre Dame. So they're pretty good. They also, from the transfer portal, found a wide receiver they really like, Dane Key. He transferred from the University of Kentucky, and in his 3 years there, he had 126 receptions, 1,870 yards, and 14 touchdowns. Now, the one thing that I think is a factor on offense for Nebraska and defense for Cincinnati is Dana Holgorsen. He's been an offensive coordinator many times, but he's also been a head coach. But as an offensive coordinator, his teams along the way averaged 402 passing yards, 524 total yards, and this is the one that to me is staggering, 40.7 points a game. So that's, I think, the Bearcats, they've got to put some pressure on Raiola. If they're able to do that, they're going to make some things happen. On offense, let's talk about Brendan Sorsby. He's certainly a guy that had a great year last year, although he got dinged up that second half of the year where Bearcats lost 5 in a row towards the end of the year. He's got to have a better year, and I think he will. We talked a lot about him already today, about how he's improved his body, how he's works hard, and so on and so forth. And then the other thing I want to watch is Joe Royer. We talked about him as well. Dana Holgorsen has kind of said, we're going to cover Joe Royer. And if they do, I don't think he knows what the Bearcats have at the wide receiver. And if Royer's doubled or covered all the time, the Bearcats need to find those wideouts for sure. And then run the football. That takes all those factors out of it. Nebraska's had a great defensive line front last year. This year, they're a little bit different. They're replacing everybody. So if they're able to run the football, the Bearcats will be successful. New defensive coordinator as well. So if you're able to kind of get in there, and this guy has NFL experience, the defensive coordinator. Anyway, his name is John Butler. So get in there, run the football, find those wideouts. Let Joe Royer do what Joe Royer does, and let's get him 7, 8, 9 catches tonight.
All right, Jim, thank you. You might be able to hear a chant, or moments ago you might have been able to hear a chant. The Nebraska fans known for chanting, "Go Big Red, go Big Red." We're going to be hearing a lot of that tonight. Tony Pike will certainly be hearing it. He's down on the sidelines, and let's check in with the former Bearcat quarterback.
You certainly hear the scattering of boos as well. That is UC coming onto the field right now. This isn't one of those situations where you're just out physically matched. This is watching in warm-ups two teams that physically look like they belong on the same field. UC needs to take the next step. They need to handle the environment. The X's and O's aside, and we've diagnosed and looked at this game from so many levels, they've got to control the momentum. They've got to worry about the crowd noise, check that box, and take the early punches that Nebraska's going to throw and give yourself an opportunity in the second half to go win a game.
All right, Tony, thank you. You can hear the roar of the crowd here at Arrowhead Stadium. It bills itself as the loudest stadium in the world. And at a Monday Night Football game back in 2014, they set the all-time record for crowd noise, at least for an outdoor stadium in this venue, 142.2 decibels, and they frequently just flash that number, 142.2, up on the video board here to remind people of the crowd noise. The upper deck here is angled to direct sound back toward the field. The upper deck is very steep. It looks like a ski jump, and that helps explain why it gets so noisy here in Kansas City. The captains have gathered at the 50. Let's listen in to the coin toss.
Welcome, gentlemen. Marquise from Nebraska, you're the guest. You're going to be calling the toss tonight. The Big 12 logo is heads. The teams are tails. What's your call? Tails. He said tails. He said tails. It's heads. You won the toss? Which side do you want to kick? Which way do you want to kick? Okay, you're good right there. Cincinnati won the toss to receive. Shake hands. Have a great game.
Cincinnati's captains, Brendan Sorsby, Gavin Gerhardt, Dante Corleone, and Logan Wilson. 2 on offense, 2 on defense. I think you could hear that Cincinnati won the toss and elected to take the ball, so Bearcats want to try to jump out to an early lead if they can.
So that piggybacks on what Tony said. They need to take control of this game, and they're showing that right in the beginning of this by they won the coin toss. Normally, defer happens to be the thing that most people do these days. Bearcats don't always defer, but most of the time they do. This time they're taking the football. They want to put the ball in Brendan Sorsby's hand, get this offense on the field right away.
One more note on the crowd noise here at Arrowhead Stadium. Back in 1990, it was so noisy in an NFL game that former Broncos quarterback John Elway refused to run a play. The referee told the crowd that if they didn't quiet down, the Chiefs would lose a timeout. The fans just got louder, and the NFL did away with the rule. They realized you could not tell fans to be less noisy at a raucous environment.
It is loud.
Cincinnati's kick returners are Matthew McDoom, the fastest player on the roster, and Logan Wilson. John Hole handles kickoffs for Nebraska. Ball is on the tee at the 35. Nebraska, like Cincinnati, struggled on special teams last year and made a change in its special teams coordinator. Hole waiting for the signal. Now he approaches the ball at the 35, swings the right leg, and the season is underway. It's a short kick, fielded on the run near the 8. Racing up the middle of the field for Cincinnati went Logan Wilson, and he makes it out just shy of the 30s, tackled at the 28.
Well, that was a tailor-made kickoff there. You're back at the goal line, the kick short. You can run up, you got momentum going, and not a bad job there at all by Logan Wilson.
The opening
started at the 28. Sorry.
The opening kick brought to you by AE Door and Window Company. They sell the best and service the rest. So 1st and 10 for the Cats at their own 28. Sorsby will start in the shotgun. The starting running back for Cincinnati is Evan Pryor, who lines up to the quarterback's right. Gavin Gerhardt with 36 starts under his belt, snaps it back to Sorsby, floats one down the field, and it is incomplete. Pass thrown to about the 50-yard line, intended for speedster Caleb Goody, and it was incomplete.
Yeah, I think they were trying to go deep. Obviously, they were trying to go deep. Play action that time, and about 5 people in the box. They bid on the run, came up and made the hit on Pryor, but then the ball really didn't get out there enough for Goody to make the play on the ball.
2nd and 10, Bearcats at their own 28. Here's a run to the left for Pryor, cuts it back toward the middle, crosses the 30, 35, and makes it to the 41-yard line for a 13-yard gain on Cincinnati's first running play of the season.
Well, I'll tell you what, that is a good sign right there, because the one thing about Pryor, we know that when he gets in space, he can really, really run. One of the things that he struggles at is running up the middle and making moves and cut and breaking tackles. He was able to do everything right there. That was so well done.
He averaged 7.5 yards per carry last year and had 4 touchdowns of 55 or more yards. The Bearcats go with an empty formation on 1st and 10 from the 41. It's an end around. Cyrus Allen, the transfer from Texas A&M, is tackled around the 45-yard line, so he picked up 4, sprinting in front of the quarterback. on a jet sweep end around for a gain of about 4.
Yeah, you weren't sure if Sorsby was to keep that and take the ball up the field or hand it off to Allen, and he did. It was a nice defensive play to keep him. He gets out of that tackle or breaks that tackle. He's got another first down, but he only gets 3 on that one.
Yeah, they move it back to the 44, so a 3-yard gain for Cyrus Allen on his first touch as a Bearcat, and it's 2nd down and 7 from the 44-yard line. Joe Royer goes in motion. Here's an inside handoff. Pryor had a defender in his face behind the line of scrimmage, and it was almost like the guy didn't realize he got the ball. He ran right by him, and Pryor was able to charge forward and make it out to the 47-yard line. Not a huge gain, but certainly better than what it looked like initially.
Yeah, absolute blitz. They ran right into where the ball was being handed off. But as you pointed out, Dan, he ran right by him.
Third down and 4. Cincinnati at its own 47. Sorsby waits for a shotgun snap, fakes a handoff to Tawee Walker. His pass is caught on the near sideline for a first down as Sorsby threads the needle to Cyrus Allen and moves the sticks.
I'll tell you what, nice job there by Sorsby. It was a good job by the offensive line of protecting Sorsby.
Start the snap. False start. Offense. Number 50. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
So the first down will not stand. The left guard, Evan Tengesdal, moved early. A 5-yard penalty that's going to make it 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, there's another indication on how loud it is. That was a dead ball foul. They were blowing the whistle down there, and nobody heard it. So they didn't call the play dead, which it should have been called dead.
2 receivers left, 2 receivers right on 3rd down and 9. Sorsby fakes a handoff, throws a pass out to the left, caught by Cyrus Allen, and gang tackled for a 2-yard loss.
Yeah, didn't get much of a chance here. It's a very good secondary for Nebraska. And what happened there is you had 2 wide receivers out there trying to block 3 guys. And Cyrus Allen trying to make a cut. Did a nice job. Caught the ball, stepped inside, but man, there was just too many people there to make any yardage.
Max Fletcher into punt. Ja'Cory Barney standing at the 10, waiting to return for Nebraska. The snap is good. It's a rugby-style punt to the right, driven deep down the field. Barney catches at the 9, got away from an ankle tackle, but the Bearcats have several defenders there and bring them down around the 11-yard line.
It's interesting to watch what Nebraska's doing. They are showing blitz or sending people to the line of scrimmage, trying to draw Cincinnati offsides. I'm not sure exactly what they're doing, but they're doing it on almost every play.
So we'll take a timeout. Cincinnati had the ball in Nebraska territory, but a 5-yard penalty took away a first down. They punted it away, and Nebraska will have it deep in its own territory when we come back. We're 3 minutes into the game and scoreless. It's the Bearcats and the Cornhuskers. Bearcat football presented by R&L Carriers on 700 WLW.
So, I was just parking my car, and then I saw you. The gecko. Huge fan.
I'm always honored to meet fans out in the wild.
The honor is mine. I just love being able to file a claim in under 2 minutes with the Geico app.
Well, the Geico app is top-notch.
I know you get asked this all the time, but could you sign it?
Sign what? The app? Yeah, sure.
Oh, that means so much. Oh, it rubbed off the screen when I touched it. Could you sign it again?
Anything to help, I suppose.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
Sometimes an identity threat is a ring of professional hackers. And sometimes it's an overworked accountant who forgot to encrypt their connection while sending bank details.
I need a coffee.
And you need LifeLock because your info is in endless places. It only takes one mistake to expose you to identity theft. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
While any bath project can feel intimidating, the Home Depot makes bringing your dream bath to life, well, a dream. Get design inspiration from our curated rooms or shop with a plan. Either way, you'll find tubs, toilets, tile, and more in one easy place. Plus, enjoy everyday low prices and free delivery on select bath products. The Home Depot. Dream baths built here.
This is 700 WLW, the home of the UC Bearcats.
No score, 3 minutes into the game here at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Bearcats opening drive, ending with a punt, and now Nebraska will take over at its own 12-yard line with sophomore quarterback Dylan Raiola directing the offense. The young man who bears a striking resemblance to Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes. Same haircut, same numbers, same mannerisms, same pregame warm-up routine. The two of them are friends. Dylan Raiola, very highly touted recruit. Some services had him ranked as the best quarterback recruit in the country last year. If he wasn't at the top, he was close to the top. But he didn't have a great freshman year. Now, he played as a true freshman. That was a factor. But 13 touchdown passes, 11 interceptions, and he is not a running threat at all. If you factor in sacks, minus 65 rushing yards a year ago.
He's a big guy, 6'3", 230. And you would think a guy that size, if he is to run, he's going to have a tough time bringing him down, but he doesn't want to run the football. So, but he, you're right about the Mahomes kind of mannerisms and look-alike. Boy, he does a lot like him.
Raiola in the gun, and his running back, Emmett Johnson, goes out into the slot to the left. So it's an empty backfield on 1st and 10 from the 12. Raiola back to throw. He passes to the left, and it's incomplete. Intended for Emmett Johnson. Cincinnati showing pressure on the first snap of the game.
It sure did. I tell you what, man, they got a nice push. The D-line, with a little bit of help from the linebacking crew, really, really nice push.
It's always amusing to see Dante Corleone on the first snap of a game. The center thinks he knows what's coming, and then he encounters the reality that is the Godfather. 2nd and 10. They hand it off. It's a wide run to the left, and Cincinnati brings down Emmett Johnson after he picked up about 5. He's tackled at the 17-yard line, and the Cornhuskers are looking at 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Emmett Johnson did a nice job there of making any type of positive yardage out of that. He broke the first tackle and then was able to continue down where he was tackled, but at the same time he spun out, and when he did, he got a couple more yards and make it a manageable 3rd and 5.
Jack Dingle slowed him down. Matthew McDoom polished him off. So 3rd down and 5. Johnson lined up wide. Now he motions into the backfield. 3 receivers out to the wide side right. Raiola scanning the Cincinnati defense. The Bearcats send a linebacker up the middle. The pass caught, and it's going to be a 1st down out to the 24-yard line. Good job by Raiola to get that ball out of his hands quickly and connect to Ja'Cory Barney for the 1st down.
Yeah, I'm telling you, there was pressure there, which is exactly what we were talking about in the Keys. And they're doing a nice job there. And that was a good tackling by the Bearcats. It's just that Raiola did a good job of getting that ball out, as you said, Dan. And he already had the 1st down once that completion was made.
A 7-yard gain on 3rd down and 5, so it's 1st and 10 from the 24. Here's a handoff. Johnson tackled by Dante Corleone at the 26. A 2-yard pickup for Emmett Johnson.
Flag on the play. It definitely looks like one of some sort of extracurricular type. And I'm afraid it might be on the Bearcats as they pull somebody out of the game. And even their teammates are discussing it with him and showed that they were very upset with whatever happened. Now the referee and the umpire are talking about it. I'm not sure what it was. They're going to pick it up.
After the play, personal foul, necessary roughness, offense number 59. Half runs to the goal. The down counts. 2nd down.
I'm so glad to be wrong in my life. So I read the body language there all wrong. So
the left guard, Henry Lutovsky, called for the penalty. Dante Corleone was a little bit slow to get off the guy he tackled as he was getting to his feet, and I was worried that they were going to call that taunting or something like that, but the penalty was on Lutovsky, and it moves the ball all the way back to the 13-yard line. So 2nd down and 21. Raiola hands it off. Johnson running right up the gut, and the Bearcats grab him by the ankles and pull him down at the 17-yard line. A 4-yard run. It'll be 3rd and 17.
Yeah, you're okay giving up 4 there. You'd prefer 2 or 3. You knew it was going to be a run, and now you're sitting at a 3rd down and, 17? I'm seeing it exactly. That's what it looks like from here. So Cannot let them get this third down. They cannot convert this one.
3 receivers left, 1 out to the right. Raiola in the gun. Cincinnati playing 2 safeties back deep by the line to gain. Raiola with a long count. Now he catches a waist-high snap, drops all the way back to the 7. Pass caught well short of the sticks, and Cincinnati will make the tackle at the 24-yard line. So a gain of 7 on 3rd and 17, and Nebraska will punt it away.
I got to tell you, I am really impressed with this Bearcat defense. Now, you had mentioned Dante Corleone potentially, getting called for taunting when he got up over the guy. A little bit of celebration there, too. You want to be careful. We've already seen one personal foul call.
Archie Wilson into punt. Manny Covey, Cincinnati's new punt returner this year. It is a left-footed punt. Covey calls for a fair catch and has the ball at the 34-yard line. Archie Wilson is from Australia, the punter for Nebraska. He is ambipedal. And if you don't know what that word means, it's like ambidextrous, but with your feet. He can punt with either foot. And his first one of the night and of the season was with the left foot.
I saw a piece on him on the Today Show going back a few weeks ago, and he's Australian, obviously. Almost every punter in the country is these days.
We have a timeout. Bearcats will have the ball at their own 35 when we come back. 9 minutes left in the first quarter with no score. This is Bearcat football presented by R&L Carriers on 700 WLW.
Paul's new drone startup just lost its most genius computer scientist.
We just lost our best genius to some new genius who's got a genius new idea. I'm going to have to find a new genius, or 2 half geniuses, and fast.
He needs a computer scientist that can keep his startup from falling down.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
With comprehensive reports on local schools you won't find anywhere else, Homes.com is the only place to find the in-depth info home shoppers want. Very in-depth info. Curious about where a school ranks in the state? Look no further. Percentage of teachers in their first or second year? We've got it. Lowest student-teacher ratio? No problem. The best cafeteria lunch in the district for your 9-year-old food blogger? Would it surprise you if we said yes? Homes.com. We've done your homework.
When you bundle renters and auto with Progressive, you can save while protecting your most valuable possessions, like your priceless vinyl collection. Sure, you sleep on a futon because the money most people would have spent on a bed you spent on more records. But forget the fact that you can stream just about any song ever created for a few dollars a month. No, you need to listen to music in the most difficult way possible. So go ahead and get Progressive so you can save while protecting the things that matter to you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
It's a heavyweight versus a featherweight when the Reds and Cardinals fight it out on the field. Hear it here tomorrow at 5:40 p.m. on 700 WLW or stream for free on the new and improved iHeartRadio app.
Each team has had the ball once. Each team has had to punt. Cincinnati about to get it for the second time from the 35-yard line as we get onto the sideline. And Tony.
I think defensively, one of the best jobs we've seen in recent memory of a defense, especially early in a game. But they are swarming. They're playing fast. They look physical. They look athletic through that first drive. Offensively, the conversation with Brennan Sorsby after that first drive is not to put his head down after signifying the snap. The Nebraska defense was showing pressures late, and Scott Satterfield thought maybe they could have pulled one. Maybe Brennan Sorsby could have held on to one for a big gain. So to keep his eyes up just a little bit. Lastly, the crowd noise is going to be a factor. It's one of the louder road environments that I can remember since doing this. It's something the offense is going to have to deal with, obviously, for the rest of the night.
And the Bearcats have 3 new offensive linemen this year. The left tackle, Joe Cotton. The left guard, Evan Tangasdal. He was a Bearcat last year, but not a starter. And the right guard, Taron Tayo, who came to Cincinnati from Ball State. 1st and 10 Cats. The ball's on the right hash. Cincinnati at its own 35. No score. 6 minutes into this game. Sorsby waits for a shotgun snap as Allen goes in motion. Sorsby fakes an inside handoff, throws a short pass to Joe Royer, and the Bearcat tight end is tackled after a 1-yard gain.
Same exact thing as Tony described. They didn't look like they were going to come, and all of a sudden they came late. And boy, they just filled those gaps, the 2 in the B gaps and 1 outside. And boy, Bearcats, I think they had the right play called, but Royer makes the catch, but just nothing there after the catch.
Joe comes out. Newcomer Patrick Gerd checks in at tight end, a member of Ohio State's national championship team a year ago. He lines up in the backfield to the right of the quarterback. Cincinnati in a pistol formation on 2nd and 9. It's a run to the right. Tawi Walker running toward the first down marker. He steps out of bounds very close to the line to gain. He's got it. He picked up 10 to the 46-yard line.
Yeah, he won an additional 9 yards down the field and tightrope in the sideline. But you could hear the whistle. He had been called out of bounds. However, he got the first down. So his first carry, very, very nicely done.
So Evan Pryor has a 13-yard run in the first quarter. Tawi Walker has a 10-yard run here in the first quarter. And the Bearcats have it 1st and 10 at their own 46-yard line. Walker stays in the game. He looks like a bowling ball at 5'8" and 220 muscular pounds. They give it to him again. Nice hole off the right side. And he runs to the 45-yard line of Nebraska for a 9-yard gain.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic by DeAndre Buford. And Tyron Tayo, as you mentioned, the newcomer from Penn State. Interesting guy, and he's really good offensive lineman. That was a heck of a hole.
So 2nd down and a long yard. It's about 1.5 yards. Cincinnati in Nebraska territory. Sorsby fakes a handoff, rolls left, looking to throw. His pass caught on the near sideline for a first down. First catch is a Bearcat. No, I beg your pardon. It's Cyrus Allen. That's his 2nd catch of the game, and he has a first down at the 35 of the Cornhuskers.
You know, I think that was an RPO, run-pass option, and Sorsby had Royer out in front of him. He could have run that football, but he did the right thing there. He had an open guy in Cyrus Allen, and did a nice job of delivering the ball to him.
Sorsby 3 for his first 4. Cincinnati, it started at the 35 and has moved to the Nebraska 35. Goody goes in motion, play action fake. Sorsby throws, crossing route caught by Patrick Gerd. And the Bearcat tight end picks up about 6 yards down to the 29 of Nebraska.
Yeah, you'll take that all the time. A little tight end crossing, Royer out. His replacement in, and a nice job of 6 yards, 2nd and 4.
Patrick Gerd was really a blocking tight end and a special teams guy at Ohio State. Only had 2 catches in 5 years for the Buckeyes, but he's got one in the first quarter for Cincinnati tonight. 2nd down and 4 at the 29 of Nebraska. Cincinnati looking to score first. Allen goes in orbit motion. They hand it off to Walker, and he gains nothing. In fact, he loses a 0.5 yard. It will be 3rd down and 4.5.
Yeah, they tried to deceive, or at least kind of fool Nebraska on what they were doing with that orbit motion that you mentioned, Dan. And that took a whole lot of time, and boy, Nebraska was able to come up and stop them for nothing. So 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4.
Gerd out, Royer in. He's one of 2 receivers out to the right. There are also 2 out to the left. Tawi Walker remains the running back as Sorsby looks toward the sideline. Moves up to the offensive line, appears to be changing the protection or the play. And now a timeout is gone.
Yeah.
Called by Nebraska.
Oh, okay. I thought the Bearcats did. It was down to 6 seconds. And he was definitely changing the play. And Nebraska's showing pressure.
Timeout. Nebraska. They're first of the half. Needed.
Like I said, Nebraska's showing pressure every play.
So we'll take a timeout. It'll be 3rd and a long 4 for Cincinnati at the Nebraska 29 when we come back. No score, 5:34 left here in the first quarter. And you're listening to Bearcat Football, presented by R&L Carriers on News Radio 700 WLW.
Looking to earn more with your checking account? Kemba has the answer. Get Green Checking pays you up to $45 a month. It's as simple as using your debit card, viewing e-statements, and logging into online or mobile banking. Open your account today and earn up to $45 a month with Kemba. For details and qualifications, visit Kemba.com. That's KEMBA.com. APY equals annual percentage yield. Monthly example based on earning 4% APY on a daily balance of $15,000 throughout a 28-day qualification cycle and meeting all qualifications. Rate subject to change. Insured by NCUA.
Success is often determined by how well you plan and prepare for life's biggest moments. It's the confidence that comes from knowing you and your loved ones are protected for generations. You can rest assured knowing you've made the right choice, placing your trust in Western and Southern. From life insurance to retirement and investments, Western and Southern helps provide the peace of mind you need so you can be in the moment with the ones you love. Visit westernsouthern.com/rest assured to get started today.
Now is the time to convert to geothermal heating and cooling and earn a 30% tax credit before it expires. A Climate Master geothermal heat pump system uses the constant temperature of the earth to produce year-round comfort, slashing your energy bills by as much as 60%. But hurry, the 30% tax credit expires at the end of 2025. Call the geothermal experts at HMAC Heating and Cooling at 859-781-4622 for all your geothermal needs, or visit hmacinc.com and get digging.
News Radio 700 WLW.
No score, 5:36 left in the first quarter here at Arrowhead Stadium, and a big play coming up for Cincinnati. It is 3rd down and 4.5. The ball is in between the Nebraska 29 and 30. So far, this has been a 6-play, 36-yard drive with a couple of first downs, and Cincinnati will try to gain 4.5 yards and add another. Cats are within the long field goal range of their new kicker, Steven Rusnak, but you would prefer that his first kick as a Bearcat is not a 47-yarder on the road.
I would agree with you. You want to pick this first down up if you can. And I was surprised Nebraska was the one that called the timeout there. I saw Bearcats trying to change the play. I thought, and the clock down to 6 seconds. I thought maybe that was called by the Bearcats. So you get creative. You had your time here to get your offensive minds together. Get creative and, man, pick up this 4.5 yards.
Matt Rule, in his 3rd year as the head coach at Nebraska, 3 games over 500 as a college head coach. Previously spending 4 years at Temple and 3 years at Baylor. He was also the head coach of the Carolina Panthers for 2.5 years. Struggled in the NFL, 11 and 27 as the head coach in Carolina. They are high on him in Nebraska. One writer said the fans are drinking the Rule-Aid for Matt Rule. Bearcats line up in the gun on 3rd and 4.5. Sorsby 5 yards behind his center, Gavin Gerhardt. Tawi Walker in the backfield. Sorsby fakes a handoff and the play is blown dead.
False start, right tackle. Deonde Buford.
False start. Offense from 56. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down. Please get the game clock to 5:36, please. 5:36.
So to combat the crowd noise, Cincinnati's using its right guard to look back at the quarterback and then tap the center. But again, the penalty in this case was on the right tackle, Buford. 3rd down and 9 now. The ball's in between the 34 and the 35 of Nebraska. Sorsby waits for the shotgun snap. He has the ball. Here comes the rush. Sorsby takes off and runs. He makes it down to about the 27-yard line. He's 2 yards short of the first down. We'll see if the Bearcats go for it on 4th and 2 or elect to attempt the field goal. They're going to bring out the field goal kicker.
It's a little shorter than we were thinking, Dan, and you'd love to still see it from maybe the 15-yard line and make it a 22-yard field goal attempt on your first one. But not a problem. This has certainly got the leg. It's only 35 yards.
45.
I'm sorry, 40.
Total.
Yeah, from the 35.
The new kicker, left-footed Steven Rusnak, spent last year at Charlotte and the previous 3 at Michigan State. Here comes his left-footed kick. It's a low line drive, and it is good. So Steven Rusnak, who was 11 for 11 on field goals last year and 25 for 25 on extra points, nails his first field goal try as a Bearcat from 45 yards away.
Yeah, you could tell by the crowd when you didn't hear the crowd roar that it was good. So nicely done.
So Cincinnati on the scoreboard first as the Bearcats are up 3-0 with 4:47 left in the first quarter. That was an 8-play, 38-yard drive. It took 4 minutes and 13 seconds.
And nice job by Brendan Sorsby there running the ball. Tried to get that first down, just needed to spin out one more tackle, and he's got that spin move down. He kind of patented it last year halfway through the year, but in this case he couldn't get the 2 extra yards. But nice job by Rusnak. And I'll tell you what, Dan, he's an interesting guy. I remember coming down to spring ball, and I got across the concrete barrier there at Nippert at the bottom, and he walks up to me, and he goes, "Hi, how are you? My name's Steve Rusnak. I'm the new kicker." I said, "Well, pleasure to meet you. I'm Jim Kelly." So, I mean, he's definitely letting lack confidence.
Rusnak will kick it off. Kenneth Williams is the deep man for Nebraska, and it's kicked in his direction into the end zone. He lets it fly over his left shoulder, bounces in the end zone for a touchback, and Nebraska will begin from the 25-yard line. There's now a 10-yard difference between NFL games and college games on touchbacks. The NFL, it's the 35, and college football, it's the 25.
It's a big advantage when it goes to the 35.
And one of the big questions going into this game has now been answered. They just showed Taylor Swift in a luxury suite with her fiancé, Travis Kelce. They are both in attendance tonight here in Kansas City. She did not appear to be wearing UC gear, so the internet will not explode. 1st and 10, Nebraska from the 25. Raiola hands it off. It's a straight-ahead run, and a nice run for the Cornhuskers. Picks up about 11 yards. That is Emmett Johnson carrying again, and the best offensive play so far tonight for Nebraska.
Yeah, and that was all effort by Emmett Johnson. He's got 4 carries now, 23 yards.
He was Nebraska's second leading rusher last year. Their leading rusher, Dante Dowdell, is now at the University of Kentucky. 1st and 10 from the 36. Cincinnati leading 3-0. Dylan Raiola looks to throw. His pass, it's caught at the 42-yard line. And the guy that made the catch picked up an additional yard to the 43. That is Isaiah Hunter, who played for Cal last year and had 40 catches.
Well, you can tell that Nebraska's really knows that Cincinnati's putting some pressure on him up front. Raiola's getting rid of the ball really quick. That one was, and it was well done, but at the same time, they're getting rid of the ball quickly.
That is a staple of Dana Holgorsen offenses. 2nd and 4. It's a sweep to the left. Cincinnati will make the tackle for a loss. Back to the 41-yard line. A 2-yard loss. Isaiah Mosey, a true freshman running back, with his first carry of the game, and it's going to be 3rd down and 4 as a result.
Yeah, Dana Holgorsen, part of that Air Force, the big passing game. When he gets rid of the ball quick, you're absolutely right.
Jonathan Thompson with that tackle for loss. 3rd down and 4. Cincinnati with 4 defenders up front. Raiola's pass caught by a wide-open Dane Key, and the former Kentucky Wildcat will run to the Cincinnati 48-yard line for a Nebraska 1st down.
Yeah, both corner and safety focused on the inside receiver and left the outside receiver Key wide open. So that was just a blown coverage there.
Jake Golday made the tackle. Nebraska converts on 3rd and 4, and the Cornhuskers have it in Cincinnati territory for the first time tonight at the 48-yard line. Raiola sticks it in the belly of Emmett Johnson. He runs up the middle and again has a nice gain. He takes it to the Cincinnati 43 for a 5-yard pickup.
Yeah, he finishes strong. He really does.
Antoine Peak Jr. with a tackle for Cincinnati.
He got better part of 5 on that one. Bearcats a little bit back on their heels right now, the way that this offense is moving the football.
5 carries, 29 yards so far for Emmett Johnson. Raiola in the gun. He has the ball, fakes to Johnson, looking to throw, has lots of time. Now he takes off, and he gets nailed. Tackled by Brian Sims near the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 3rd down and 5.
I think he lost about a half yard. They bring him back to the original line of scrimmage. So to his credit, Raiola gets back to the line of scrimmage. Like we mentioned it a few times already today, he doesn't like to run much, but he saw that green space in front of him, and he's a big guy, and he knows he can finish. He just needs one more yard. His 230-pound body's going to get it for him.
3 receivers go out to the left, 1 out to the right. Now make it 2 out to the right as the running back goes in motion, goes out wide to the right. 3rd and 5. Here's a pass over the middle. Dane Key with the catch. He's tackled by Logan Wilson at the 33-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain and a 1st down for Nebraska.
Well, putting those 5 wide receivers out there made the Bearcats go to man coverage, and boy, just wide open that time. So Holgerson, he's a specialist at this, and he's calling the right plays right now.
Cincinnati tried to get Dane Key as a transfer from Kentucky. He was well compensated to come to Nebraska. 2-by-2 formation on 1st and 10. A tight end goes in motion to run play to the right. And Gola Collard makes the tackle on Emmett Johnson after a 1-yard gain.
I'll tell you what, very heads-up play there by Gola Collard. He came up to the outside, and he broke down, and he said, you know what, if I go in too fast, he's going to go back on the outside, and he's probably got a lot of yardage there, and he was right. And what he did is he waited, and then when a little bit of traffic occurred, he went in and made the tackle.
Could be the final play of the quarter coming up. The clock is running with 15 seconds to go. Cincinnati leading 3-zip. 2nd down and 9 at the Bearcat 33 for the Cornhuskers. Double tight ends in the game. Say throw to the left and a bad communication between the quarterback Raiola and his intended receiver. The receiver broke inside. Raiola threw it outside, and it's going to be 3rd down and 9 with 4 seconds left in the quarter.
Well, that happens, and definitely on a different page there. And I know a lot of times you have signals based on the coverage that's out there. You're going to go in, you're going to go out. And obviously they weren't on the same page.
And Isaiah Hunter was the intended receiver. Big play here. 3rd down and 9 at the Cincinnati 33-yard line. Raiola drops straight back to throw. Cincinnati sends 5. He throws before getting hit, and he couldn't deliver enough on the throw. It is incomplete as Cincinnati's Dante Corleone knocked over Raiola and prevented him from getting enough zip on that ball.
Yep, kind of quite a collision.
Of the first quarter.
So the quarter comes to an end. It will be 4th down and 9 at the Cincinnati 33. We'll see if the Cornhuskers try for a 50-yard field goal or if they'll go for it on the first play of the 2nd quarter. At the end of 1, 3-0 Bearcats. This is UC Football presented by R&L Carriers on 700 WLW.
Doug. Limu and I always tell you to customize your car insurance and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. But now, we want you to feel it. Cue the emu music, Limu.
Save yourself money today. Increase your wealth. Customize and save, we say.
That may have been too much feeling.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Savings vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
Oh, by the way, Ivan's no longer on the project. His wife got a new job, so they're moving across the country.
Robin's top researcher is deviating to a new market. This isn't standard.
And now we're short-staffed. Who's going to finish all these projects?
She needs a cluster of new data analysts, and there's no margin for error.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Put our matching platform to work so you can spend less time searching and more time connecting with talented candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Hold up, we got one play. Everything we work for comes down to this.
Quick question. Speaking of workouts, how would you rate your athletic program?
Bro, we're in the middle of the state championship.
Oh, so like a B+ then?
Dude, get out of our huddle.
Well, at Homes.com, we leave it all on the field to get you detailed information on local schools.
Off the field.
Off the field. Copy. All right, go sports.
How did he even get in here?
Homes.com. We've done your homework.
700 WLW.
3-0 Cincinnati at the end of the first quarter. Let's check in with Tony Pike.
There's just such a difference, and rightfully so, because he's one of the best in the country at his position. That whole drive leading up to that first 3rd down, Dante Corleone was on the sidelines. just getting a drive off. They're going to have to rotate throughout the night, first game of the year. But as a nose tackle in a three-man front, his ability to control not just one but two offensive linemen really clogs a lot of the running lanes. When he's out, those linemen can start to get to the second level, and you're starting to see Nebraska have a little bit more success in the run game, which makes Tyson Vite have to push a little more players to the line of scrimmage, and then you see some of those openings on the back end for Dylan Raiola. So a little bit of the cat and mouse early on from the Nebraska offense and the Cincinnati Bearcat defense, especially when they want to get Dante Corleone a little break.
So it is 4th down and 9 for Nebraska at the Cincinnati 33. If the Cornhuskers try a field goal, it'd be about a 50-yarder. They could go for it, obviously. They've got their field goal unit standing around on the field, but it could be a decoy. We'll see. They've got a new kicker this year in Kyle Cunanan, and oddly enough, he was teammates with Cincinnati's new kicker, Stephen Rusnak, last year at Charlotte.
There's a cat and mouse game going on right now. That field goal unit is looking across the field to see what Cincinnati is putting onto the field. The Bearcats are still in a huddle. They aren't showing anything. I think they're waiting for Nebraska to, okay, are you going to kick it or are you going to go for it? But Nebraska's saying, okay, Cincinnati, what are you putting out on the field? You putting out a field goal team or are you putting out your defense? And that can create some issues. So nobody's making a decision right now. All right, here we go.
Dylan Raiola is on the bench with his helmet off, so they're not going to run an offensive play. It will be a field goal try.
Oh, no.
And about a 52-yarder for Kyle Cunanan. Kyle Cunanan made all 5 of his field goal tries last year, but none of them were long. His longest of the year was 31. Anytime they had a long one, Cincinnati's kicker, Stephen Rusnak, attempted it. So this will be a 52-yard attempt as Nebraska tries to tie the game on the first play of the second quarter. Here comes the right-footed kick, a spinning end-over-end kick. It is good.
No problem. And you can see that the team's a little bit surprised that he made it from that distance as they go out kind of jumping up and down and celebrating.
Moral of the story, if you can, get a transfer kicker from Charlotte, apparently. Rusnak, hitting from 45 for Cincinnati. Cunanan hitting from 52 for Nebraska. 3-3 the score, 4 seconds into the second quarter.
Still a decent job there by the Bearcat defense. I know that Nebraska had the one botched play there where they misread anything, but that was one heck of a play by Dante Corleone. My goodness, that was vintage Corleone, vintage Godfather.
That, by the way, was the longest field goal of Cunanan's career. 2 years ago, he made a 49-yarder, so he topped his previous high by 3 yards.
I tell you what, he didn't have any trouble with that. That thing went 4 or 5 yards beyond the crossbar.
Different kicker, John Hohl, H-O-H-L, handles kickoffs. His first kick wasn't very deep. This one's a low bouncer, and it is out of bounds at the 3-yard line.
No.
Yeah, it's out of bounds. Penalty flag for being out of bounds.
Woo! Very close.
Logan Wilson was on the white line on the sideline when he caught it. Now the officials are talking about it. But
the receiving team player was sent out of bounds, kick out of bounds, kicking team. First down to 35-yard line.
Very, very close to being a big mistake for Logan Wilson, but worked out.
So in college football, an out-of-bounds kick goes out to the 35-yard line.
I think they just showed the replay, and you can hear the Nebraska crowd reacting.
One foot was inbounds, 1 foot was out of bounds, but I think the out-of-bounds foot, in this circumstance, was the only one that mattered. First and 10, Cats from their own 35. 3-3 the score. Sorsby hands it off. Pryor with a serpentine run, and he's tackled near the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, all the action went to the right, kind of a reversed out that time, handed the ball off, and right up the middle. And all the action continued to the right side. Matt Rule's still arguing that kickoff. And anyway, no gain whatsoever that time for Pryor.
So 2nd and 10 for the Cats at their own 35. Bearcats line up in a pistol. Royer in the backfield to the left of the QB. Sorsby fakes a handoff from the pocket, slings it deep downfield, and it's incomplete.
Referee reached for the flag, but didn't pull it out of his pocket or out of his belt.
Jeff Caldwell, the intended receiver. And Nebraska had 2 defenders back there deep to try to prevent that long touchdown attempt to the 6'5" target.
Yeah, they were all over him. They really were. I mean, they knew it was coming sooner or later. Big guy, a little bit of pushing and shoving, but the ball a little bit out of his reach anyway.
3rd and 10 for Cincinnati from the 35-yard line. Sorsby drops straight back to throw, begins scrambling to the right, throws, caught by Pryor, but short of the first down. Gain of 5 on the play, and the Bearcats will have to punt it away.
Yeah, this time Nebraska came with a full blitz, and Sorsby saw it coming immediately, got out of the pocket, scrambled to the right. He had really only had the one option was to throw the ball to Walker.
So Max Fletcher will punt for the 2nd time. His first punt went 52 yards. Ja'Cory Barney waiting back at the 10 for the Huskers. Shoulder high snap, right-footed punt. Nebraska got fairly close to the punter that time. Barney catches at the 15, makes it to the 16, and gets tackled there.
I think I might have said Walker on that, but that was Pryor to count that ball.
So 2 punts by Fletcher. They have been both been inside the 20, so he's 2 for 2 in that stat. And the Cornhuskers will begin from their own 16-yard line in a 3-3 game. We'll take a timeout, 13:27 left in the 2nd quarter. 3-all the score. This is Bearcat Football presented by R&L Carriers on 700 WLW.
Paul's new drone startup just lost its most genius computer scientist.
We just lost our best genius to some new genius who's got a genius new idea. I'm going to have to find a new genius, or 2 half geniuses, and fast.
He needs a computer scientist that can keep his startup from falling down.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Hey, listener. Velo Plus is the new pillowy soft nicotine pouch available in 7 flavors and 6 and 9 milligram strengths. Get your taste buds a-tingling. Register at Velo.com, that's VELO.com, and save $3 on a can today.
Underage sale prohibited. Nicotine pouches Velo Plus is a synthetic nicotine product. Website and offers restricted to age 21 plus. Copyright 2025 MBI.
Life moves fast. A new home, a new baby, a new chapter. But without an estate plan, your future's still vulnerable. With Trust and Will, you can name guardians, start a trust, create healthcare directives, and more. All online in about an hour. It's attorney-designed, state-specific, and built to protect what you love. Plans start at just $199, and every plan is safe, secure, and kept completely private. From families with young kids to adults caring for aging parents, Trust and Will makes it simple to take control, without a law office, paperwork stress, or court delays. Go to trustandwill.com and use code RADIO to save 20%. Start your plan today. Don't wait for life to force your hand. Estate planning is one of the smartest, most loving things you can do. Trust and Will is an online estate planning service. See website for details.
Trust and Will.
You're tuned to News Radio 700 WLW.
Cincinnati 3, Nebraska 3. Early in the 2nd quarter, 13:27 to go. The Cornhuskers about to start a drive from their own 16-yard line with their sophomore quarterback, Dylan Raiola, reportedly set to earn more than $3 million this year, in addition to the NIL money that he's got coming from the school. He's got deals with Adidas and Panini. Started every game last year as a true freshman. If he starts every game this year as a sophomore, he'll become the first Nebraska quarterback to start every game in back-to-back seasons since Zach Taylor.
Yeah.
Who had a great playing career at Nebraska. He was the Big 12 Player of the Year his final year as the Cornhuskers quarterback.
Good quarterback. People don't remember that, but he was. He was excellent. Only us old people remember that. Well, he's not that old, so.
Raiola's dad is on the coaching staff at Nebraska. Dominic Raiola, who was a longtime NFL offensive lineman. He played for the Lions. The quarterback for part of his time there was Matt Stafford. And Matt Stafford is Dylan Raiola's godfather. So he's got Stafford for a godfather and Mahomes for a lookalike. First and 10 from the 16. Raiola wearing Mahomes number 15. Waits for the shotgun snap. Cincinnati sends a blitz. Raiola throws it short. Caught by his tight end. And Cincinnati will bring him down at the 21-yard line. Luke Lindenmeyer with his first catch of the game. And he picks up 5.
So Corleone is on the bench now getting a little bit of a break. We'll see if Tony pointed out before they're able to run the ball when he's not in there. See if they run it on this one at 2nd and 5.
Johnson in the backfield to Raiola's right. They do give it to him, and he will not get the first down. He's close. He's 1 yard short. Tackled on the play by Bearcat safety Christian Harrison in his first year at Cincinnati after playing for Tennessee.
I think they're going to get to the line of scrimmage quick here, and they brought some big guys in, some extra tight ends, some extra tackle, some beef. Can't tell exactly what their numbers are, but they're big guys.
Cincinnati's nose tackle right now is redshirt sophomore Kamari Burns, much smaller than Dante Corleone. Here's a quarterback sneak for Nebraska, and it'll pick up a couple of yards and a first down.
And when you see that beef come in like that, you know they're going to go to the line quickly, and they're just going to take the ball and push it forward. And you got a 230-pound quarterback carrying the ball. That's helpful as well.
So 1st and 10 for Nebraska at the 27. The clock is running with about 12 minutes to go in the second quarter, and we are tied at 3. Running back on either side of Raiola. It's a handoff to the true freshman Mosey. Great tackle by Antoine Peak Jr., one of the best safeties in the country last year against the run. Just a 1 yard gain for Isaiah Mosey.
I tell you what, a couple of things there well done by Antoine Peak Jr. was the angle that he took. If he takes the wrong angle, that ball gets to the outside. Instead of gaining 1 yard or 2 yards, I guess they gave him, it could be 8 or 10 or 12. And then secondly was the way that he tackled. He made sure he wasn't going to get out of that tackle.
So 2nd down and 9 for the Huskers. They'll go with an empty backfield. And the ball at their own 28. Raiola to throw. His pass caught at the 42-yard line. A sliding catch for a first down. And because the receiver, Cortez Mills, went to the ground, the play ended there.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, wide open that time. Definitely some confusion in the backfield.
First catch of the game
I'm sorry.
for true freshman Cortez Mills on 1st and 10. Raiola floats one deep downfield, and it's caught for a first down at the Cincinnati 33-yard line. A bad adjustment to the ball by the Bearcat defender, Isaiah Hunter, coming back to the ball to make the catch.
Sure did. He did a nice job. He knew where the ball was going. He deceived and kind of played with the DB and then pushed back with his foot, and that did not push off. And he came back and got that ball at its height.
That was redshirt freshman Daniel James in coverage. Did not play at all last year as a Bearcat freshman. He's the number 3 corner on the depth chart behind Matthew McDoom and Logan Wilson. So the Cornhuskers have it at the Cincinnati 34. Here's an inside handoff. And Johnson gets tackled by Golday at the 28-yard line, a gain of 6.
Let's go back to the secondary, Dan. We knew that they were improved. They were not great last year, but they needed a little bit more depth. And that's another spot where you can put guys in and keep guys fresh. They don't have anybody else to put in. You mentioned Daniel James. He's in there, but he hasn't played a lot at all.
And he is not in there at the moment. McDoom and Wilson back in as the outside corners. 2nd down and 4. Raiola hands it off. It's a run to the left. And Johnson is right at the line to gain. It looks like, depending on the spot, he's either got a first down or he's short by inches.
Yeah, watching the two lines come in together, they're going to be short about a half a foot or a half a yard, really.
So we'll see if Nebraska thinks of this as a free play, tries to throw it down the field, knowing it'd be hard to stop on 4th and inches.
Yeah, they didn't bring those big guys in this time, so they're going to definitely do something down the field. Are they going to try to get something into the end zone? Well, we're going back to the quarterback sneak formation.
It's an I formation backfield. Raiola hands it off to his tailback, Johnson. He runs for the first down and more as the offensive linemen push it from behind and propel him all the way down to the 13-yard line.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, he ran right by some Bearcat who was standing there kind of, I think he got distracted. Okay, here we go, under center again.
1st and 10 from the Bearcat 13. They hand it off to Emmett Johnson, and this time Jonathan Thompson wraps him up around the waist and tackles him after a 1-yard gain.
Well, a huge play right now, or not play, but a huge situation would be to hold this to a field goal.
Emmett Johnson having a big half. 11 carries, 56 yards for Nebraska's number 1 running back. He's out of the game now. Mekhi Nelson is in. 2nd down and 9. Raiola hands it off on a jet sweep, and the Bearcats managed to bring down Janiron Bonner around the 8. It's a 4-yard gain on 2nd and 9, so it's going to be 3rd down and 5.
Got a Bearcat, one of the secondary guys down on the field, hurt.
Officials timeout for an injury to a defensive player. Immediate timeout.
Our view of the number is blocked at the moment. We'll tell you about the Bearcat when we come back. We've got a timeout on the field. 7:30 left in the half. 3-3 the score. This is Bearcat football presented by R&L Carriers on 700 WLW.
I said last call.
Small town boy.
You city girls think you're so fast.
Faster than you.
Big city problems.
You know not to mess with us, yes?
It's all about money. You're the fall guy.
That's not happening.
Austin Butler caught stealing. Now playing in theaters. Rated R.
Oh, by the way, Ivan's no longer on the project. His wife got a new job, so they're moving across the country.
Robin's top researcher is deviating to a new market. This isn't standard.
And now we're short-staffed. Who's going to finish all these projects?
She needs a cluster of new data analysts, and there's no margin for error.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Put our matching platform to work so you can spend less time searching and more time connecting with talented candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
When you bundle renters and auto with Progressive, you can save while protecting your most valuable possessions, like your priceless vinyl collection. Sure, you sleep on a futon because the money most people would have spent on a bed you spent on more records. But forget the fact that you can stream just about any song ever created for a few dollars a month. No, you need to listen to music in the most difficult way possible. So go ahead and get Progressive so you can save while protecting the things that matter to you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Jumpstart your career with Registered Apprenticeship. Choose from over 1,200 apprenticeable occupations, from advanced manufacturing to healthcare. Registered apprentices are paid employees from day one, are able to graduate from college, often debt-free, and on average earn $10,000 more per year than non-apprentices. Gain valuable mentor-driven on-the-job training, earn industry credentials and certifications, and fast-track your career. Learn how Registered Apprenticeship can change your future at apprenticeshipnc.com. Apprenticeshipnc.com.
Left tackle jumped.
Yeah, whoever's on the left edge, whether it was an extra tight end maybe, I'm not sure, but definitely jumped.
False start. Offense, number 57, 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
That's Alabama transfer Elijah Pritchett.
Yeah,
he is a tackle, but...
Was a tackle, yep.
Yeah, he lined up as the left tackle. Yeah. So... instead of 1st and goal inside the 1, it's 1st and goal closer to the 6. Dante Corleone back in the game for Cincinnati. They're trying to spell him, but there's a big difference every time he's off the field. Raiola hands it off, and Johnson will be tackled. Made it down to the 4.5. Much tougher to run up the middle when Dante is out there. Tackle made on that play by Jalen Hunt.
Well done. Now we're going to see Raiola go some sort of motion where he rolls out or does something a little bit different. They're not going to try to run the ball again here with Corleone in the game.
2 receivers left, 2 out to the right. Raiola back at the 10, waiting for the shotgun snap on 2nd and goal from the 5. The sophomore quarterback floats it into the end zone, and he overthrows wide receiver Isaiah Hunter. He threw it out of bounds. Hunter had no chance, and it's 3rd and goal from the 5.
Yeah, that wasn't just a missed catch or great defense. It was misthrown. I mean, he threw it literally. It was 4 or 5 yards out of bounds. Big 3rd down here for the Bearcats. Although you would think that maybe Nebraska would go for it on 4th down here inside the 5.
3rd down and goal with the ball in between the 4 and the 5. 2 receivers out to each side of the formation. Raiola has the ball, looking to throw. From the pocket, begins scrambling. Now Raiola throws incomplete. Great coverage by Logan Wilson, who got a hand on the ball, and Nebraska will settle for a field goal try.
Yeah, they will do the field goal. So great job by the Bearcat defense. This is excellent. Now the offense needs to do their part, find themselves like the Nebraska offense has found them, but then the Bearcat defense does a phenomenal job here of holding Nebraska to a field goal attempt.
Kyle Cunanan in. He's hit from 52. This will be from 22 to try to give Nebraska a 3-point lead. It is on a sharp angle with the wide college hash marks. Here comes the right-footed kick, and he drills it. So Nebraska had it 1st and goal inside the 1. A 5-yard penalty on Elijah Pritchett for a false start. Moved the ball back, and Cincinnati's defense was able to stiffen from there and hold the Cornhuskers to 3.
Yeah, nicely done by the Bearcat defense for sure.
5:36 remaining here in the 2nd quarter, and we'll take a timeout. Nebraska on top for the first time tonight. 6-3 the score. You're listening to Bearcat Football, presented by R&L Carriers on 700 WLW.
The Holy Grail is your HQ for all the college and NFL games this season. They've got every game, so you won't want to miss any of your favorite team's action. It's great food and great action all season long. The Holy Grail is your home for all sports in Cincinnati. The Holy Grail. Your search is over.
Hi, Kevin St. Clair here with my wife, Alyssa St. Clair.
After 3 generations, we're proud to say that we are over 70 years strong.
We're just one big family, so give us a call and let us show you why we are your home's trusted problem solver.
Ray St. Clair Roofing.
Hey, Bengals fans, whether you're tailgating with friends or tackling your toughest jobs, Chevy Silverado is ready, steady, and strong. Offering 4 powerful engine choices, impressive towing capability, and loads of advanced tech to help you conquer what's next. Year after year and mile after mile, Silverado is built for the long haul and trusted by those who know what real dependability means. Visit your Tri-State Chevy dealers today and take advantage of great offers on the legendary Silverado.
EverDry Waterproofing can fix your leaky basement or smelly crawl space permanently. In the past 40 years, they have fixed tens of thousands of basements with their patented system and lifetime warranty. Inspections are free. Call EverDry Waterproofing, now open in Lexington and Louisville.
This is the home of the UC Bearcats, 700 WLW.
Nebraska 6, Cincinnati 3. 5:36 left in the half as we check in with Tony Pike.
Both of these defenses rely on a lot of pre-snap confusion to affect an opposing offense. What Nebraska has done now, they've gone fast tempo a couple times, and the other times they're staying in the huddle till there's about 8 seconds on the play clock, coming up to the line and snapping the ball. That prevents a defense from really doing a lot of decoy work before the snap. I would like to see the offense for the Bearcats maybe do a little bit of the same. Push the tempo a little bit so you don't have to worry about that pre-snap read for Brendan Sorsby. Try to get some comfortable plays, start moving the chains a little bit, and have an effect that way. One other thing on the defensive side of the ball, it's only happened twice But each time so far that UC has went man-to-man on the outside with no safety help, Dylan Raiola has taken a shot. One there in the red zone and the other one that was complete during the field. It looks like that's going to be an automatic check throughout the night. When they do go one-on-one, Nebraska's going to take that shot.
All right, Tony, good stuff. Cincinnati has run the ball okay. 8 runs, 46 yards. That's 5.8 yards per rush. The Bearcat passing game so far, very ineffective. Sorsby's completed his throws. He's 5 for 7, but for a grand total of 19 yards.
Well, Dana Hoverson said this week that he didn't know about these Cincinnati new receivers, but he was going to make sure that he took care of Joe Royer and find out what these guys can do. And so far, they've done nothing to change Hoverson's mind. So let's see what these wide receivers can start doing.
John Hull ready to kick it off. Logan Wilson waiting near the goal line. Here comes the kick. This one's going to carry into the end zone for a touchback. And the Bearcats will begin from the 25-yard line. 5:36 left in the half.
And Sorsby, 5 out of 7 for 19 yards. So not much yardage whatsoever. Completion percentage is fine, but they really haven't been able to do anything. They've taken a couple of shots, give them credit for that, but both of those were empty as well.
This will be Cincinnati's 4th drive, and the last one was a 3-and-out. Right now, the Cincinnati dance team performing just outside the end zone to our left, loudly booed by the Nebraska fans here at Arrowhead Stadium.
I will say, they're booed. It's all in a friendly way. These Nebraska fans are really, really friendly folks. I mean, every person that I saw in the hotel and around town, they were just great. Wishing you luck. Hope, hey, you have a great game. I said the same thing to them. Really, really nice. And what an iconic program Nebraska is.
My Bengals broadcasting partner, Dave Lapham, did a lot of games at Nebraska when he used to do games, Big 12 games on TV. And he says he always thought the Nebraska fans were like the classiest of any fan base in the country. Now, I will point out that until this year, Nebraska has never sold beer at its home games. That is changing this season, and unfortunately, as we know, that might change the attitude of at least some of the fans at those games.
Yeah. Some of the attitude and personalities definitely changed. So you got enough time here, 5 minutes and 36 seconds. Absolutely perfect to put together a 75-yard drive. Score a touchdown before the end of the half.
While we have a moment here before the Bearcats take the field at their 25-yard line, we do want to acknowledge, as members of the WLW broadcast team, the passing of a Cincinnati radio legend, Gary Burbank, passing away at the age of 84. WLW has had some of the most talented people in the history of radio, and no one was more inventive than Gary Burbank. He is a member of the National Radio Hall of Fame, an absolute Cincinnati broadcasting legend. Our condolences to Gary's family and to his many friends in Cincinnati and beyond.
He was a good one. Well, he was fabulous. Had a chance a few times to be on Sports with Consequences, and always a good time.
So now we're ready to go. The ball's at the 25-yard line. Cincinnati beginning its 4th possession of the game, trailing 6-3. The Bearcats will come out in a pistol formation. I believe Manny Covey is in at running back for the first time. It is a running play to the right, and Nebraska smothers the ball carrier Covey for no gain.
Yeah, that came from the backside. Literally, guy on the backside rushed in. Well, Bearcats are hurrying up here. So, anyway, not much on that play, only about a half yard.
So, Tony suggested they might want to try to pick up the tempo, and it looks like that's what they will do on 2nd down and 10. Sorsby to throw. checks it down to Covey, and it's incomplete.
That's a good thing. Would have lost about 7 or 8 yards. Ball hit the ground and ruled incomplete. It literally would have been at the 18 or 19-yard line where he would have been tackled. The original line of scrimmage was the 25.
So a run for no gain and an incomplete pass, and here we go again. It's 3rd down and 10 for Cincinnati. Bearcats will go empty and send 3 receivers out to the left and 2 out to the right. Sorsby with his hands behind his back. Catches the snap from Gerhardt. Floats it downfield. It is caught. No. Cyrus Allen appeared to have it. Then the ball popped out of his hands. There is a penalty flag down on the play at the line of scrimmage.
Prior to the snap. False start. Offense number 53. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
Again, maybe that little charge to the line of scrimmage, that's on the center. You hitch the ball sometimes. You're expecting to snap it, and you don't. And that costs the Bearcats 5.
So 3rd down and 15. The Cats backed up to their own 20. 5:05 remaining 2nd quarter. Cincinnati trailing 6-3.
Gavin Gerhardt, the center, of course.
Covey remains in at running back. Had a 100-yard receiving performance last year. Sorsby fakes a screen to the left. He's being chased. He throws and intentionally had to throw it out of bounds. That possession was a disaster.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, there was nothing there on any of those plays other than it looked like maybe Cyrus Allen was going to catch the ball, but that ball was knocked away. Good timing on the safety's part there of knocking that ball away. And now the Bearcats will punt. Not only that, they left enough time on the clock for Nebraska to maneuver a little bit down here before the half.
Fletcher catches at the 5. Gets off the punt. Barney moving forward, calls for a fair catch and makes it at the 40. So it'll be a good drive start for the Cornhuskers. And now we got some pushing and shoving after the play. Looked like Cincinnati's long snapper, Eli Stein, was involved. The official stepped right in and sent the 2 players to the respective sidelines.
Yeah, nice job there by the officials to break that up and not let it escalate. Nebraska's getting close to Fletcher every time. And nice little block there kept them away, but still, they're putting a lot of pressure on them.
Dante Corleone is not in. Cincinnati's nose tackle, a newcomer this year, Isaiah Rogers, who played at Monmouth a year ago. Not nearly as bulky as Dante. Here's a run. Emmett Johnson cutting up the middle of the 50 into Bearcat territory. He runs for 11 yards and a 1st down to the Cincinnati 48.
Yeah, blocked well that time off to the right side. And just nothing there. Nobody was able to come up. The ones that were there were shielded. It was a good job by this offensive line. Mentioned that they're the most, one of the top 10 seasoned offensive lines in the country.
68 rushing yards in the 1st half. Now a pass to Emmett Johnson. Johnson down to the Bearcat 39. He picks up 9. A defender dove at his feet and whiffed. And Johnson is able to gain 9 yards.
Yeah, you got to like that guy, the way he finishes, man. His effort is really, really nice. Whether it's a run or, in this case, a pass, finishes and makes sure he gets another 3-4 yards after he's hit.
Bearcats have wholesale changes at linebacker, 3 in, 3 out. And the starters are back in. Golday, Dingle, and Thompson. On 2nd and 1, it's an inside run. Johnson going backward to pick up the 1st down.
Yeah, nice job.
Should clarify, with his back to the defense, he moved the ball forward. That's what I meant by going backward.
Hey, kind of got spun around, but just continued to churn. 14 carries, 72 yards for Johnson.
So averaging a little more than 5 yards a carry with a long run of 12. He comes out. Mekhi Nelson checks in. Raiola under center on 1st and 10 at the Cincinnati 35. Nebraska leading by a field goal, 6-3 Clock running with 3:02 left in the first half. Raiola takes the snap, hands it off, and Jake Golday greets Makai Nelson at the line of scrimmage and brings him down for no gain.
You know, there's why you put those linebackers back in. All of a sudden, there was a lot of space up front for guys to get through, and Johnson was the main guy. He was having huge success, and Golday that time made sure that nobody got it. Didn't get a yard whatsoever, so 2nd and 10.
And the starting running back, Emmett Johnson, comes back into the game. 2:25 left in the half. 2nd and 10 for Nebraska at the Cincinnati 35-yard line. The Cornhuskers go empty. 3 receivers left, 2 out to the right. Dylan Raiola catches the shotgun snap. It's a deep drop. Begins rolling right. Points downfield, throws, and it is incomplete. At the Cincinnati 17-yard line, Ja'Cory Barney unable to hold on to the ball.
Yeah, it's very close to being a completed pass. And you mentioned that deep drop. That's really a deep drop. It's like are they moving the ball? Okay, just bringing it back to the line of scrimmage.
So an opportunity for the Bearcats here. It is 3rd down and 10. Borderline field goal range. Although their kicker has hit from 52. 3 receivers left, 2 out to the right on 3rd down and 10. Raiola under pressure, begins scrambling right, has the ball knocked out of his hands. It is fallen on at the 37 by Nebraska, but a good job to tomahawk chop it away from Raiola as he tried to roll to the right.
Ruling on the field, the fumble recovered by the offense. This is a 2-minute timeout.
A 2-yard loss on the play. Nebraska could attempt about a 54-yard field goal. We'll see when we come back from the 2-minute timeout. It's Nebraska 6, Cincinnati 3. You're listening to Bearcat Football, presented by R&L Carriers on 700 WLW.
Oh, by the way, Ivan's no longer on the project. His wife got a new job, so they're moving across the country.
Robin's top researcher is deviating to a new market. This isn't standard.
And now we're short-staffed. Who's going to finish all these projects?
She needs a cluster of new data analysts, and there's no margin for error.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Put our matching platform to work so you can spend less time searching and more time connecting with talented candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Homes.com is the only place where you can find specialized neighborhood guides with the in-depth insider info home shoppers want. Very in-depth info. Want to know if there's homes for sale in the area? We've got it. How long has a home been on the market? We'll know it. Average lot size? Uh-huh. Proximity to local parks? Of course. Insight into your neighbor's divorce? We're working on it. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
When you bundle renters and auto with Progressive, you can save while protecting your most valuable possessions, like your priceless vinyl collection. Sure, you sleep on a futon because the money most people would have spent on a bed you spent on more records. But forget the fact that you can stream just about any song ever created for a few dollars a month. No, you need to listen to music in the most difficult way possible. So go ahead and get Progressive so you can save while protecting the things that matter to you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
You are locked on to News Radio 700 WLW.
So that fumble on the play before the 2-minute timeout was forced by Jonathan Thompson. The ball hit the ground and bounced right into the midsection of the quarterback as he was going to the ground. Dylan Raiola, a very fortunate bounce for Nebraska.
Yeah, a couple of Bearcats were there trying to scoop it up, and I don't know if it was the momentum of them trying to scoop it up that forced it back to Raiola, but came right back to the quarterback. That's a lucky break for Nebraska.
So we'll see what the Cornhuskers elect to do here. 54-yard field goal try, go for it on 4th and 12, or punt it, try to pin the Bearcats inside the 10 with less than 2 minutes to go in the half. Cincinnati has all 3 of its timeouts remaining. Nebraska is due to get the football to begin the 3rd quarter. Nebraska's offensive players are huddled up on the field, and it looks like they're going to go for it. Now, a pooch punt is a possibility. If I'm not mistaken, Raiola did punt at least once last year.
The formation there looks like that's what they're going to do. But again, that could be just trying to kind of fool the Bearcats at this point.
Yeah, if he lines up in the shotgun deeper than 5 yards, you would think that a pooch punt would be a real possibility. 4th down and 12. Raiola is under center. Might just be trying to draw Cincinnati offside to make for a better field goal chance. Raiola touching both sides of his helmet. Again, it is 4th down and 12 at the Bearcat 37. And Raiola hasn't snapped it yet. And Cincinnati doesn't budge.
Took the delay of game, so they're going to punt.
So they give their punter a little more room to operate.
Yep.
Delay game. Offense. That penalty is declined. Still 4th down.
Good move by Scott Satterfield to decline it. Maybe you get the ball into the end zone and take it over at the 20.
37-yard punt would go into the end zone. Archie Wilson punting for the second time. And this time he punts with the right foot. And it is going to bounce and go out of bounds around the 9-yard line. So he is truly an ambipedal punter. He's punted once with the left foot and once with the right. And he executed that one nicely, punting it out of bounds at the 9. 154 left in the half. Cincinnati's ball. Again, the Bearcats have all of their timeouts to work with.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about, and I know there's Australian rules football, and everybody punts the ball in that game. But then even if you think of the soccer in the world today, those guys are as strong with their off foot as their main foot. So if they're right-footed, man, they're just as strong with their left foot.
Tawee Walker is the running back on 1st and 10 from the 9. Allen and Caldwell go out to the left. Goody out to the right. It's a design quarterback run and a nice one for Brendan Sorsby as he takes it out to the 18-yard line, running left for a 9-yard gain.
Yeah, they just want to get to the locker room. They're not in a hurry here running plays. Although they do set up here.
1:35 left in the half. Cincinnati down by 3. Sorsby on 2nd and 1. Sets up a screen. A one-handed catch by Walker, and he loses yards on the play. He's tackled for a loss of 4.
I'm telling you, that was one heck of a defensive play. Not only was it read well, he worked his way through 3 Bearcats blockers in order to get that ball. So,
timeout. Nebraska. They're 2nd of the half. Please set the game clock to 1 minute and 23 seconds.
The defensive player who made the great play was 7th-year senior Javen Wright.
Yeah.
He's missed multiple seasons due to medical setbacks, including heart complications. Last year, when he's played well. This is his 35th college game, and he just made a terrific play for that loss of 4.
Yeah, that was excellent. He fought through people, and he knew where the ball was going. He saw the screen coming, and then made the tackle for loss of 4. Maybe a loss of 5.
When it was 2nd and 1, the Bearcats picked up the pace. Now that it's 3rd and 5, Nebraska called the timeout. They've got 1 left. 1:23 remaining in the half. The Bearcats have the ball at their own 14-yard line. Wouldn't be surprised to see Sorsby run again.
I agree with you all the way on that.
2 receivers out to the short side left. 1 receiver out to the right. Walker is the running back. They fake it to Walker. Sorsby runs left, gets a block from Royer, and is very close to a Bearcat first down at the 19-yard line.
They're giving it to him, so nice job. Matt Rule is going crazy. He doesn't think he got it.
I mean, he came way out onto the field to challenge the spot. So now the Bearcats pick up the pace again with the clock running and 1:11 to go. First and 10 at the 19. Sorsby looks to throw. Short pass caught over the middle. Goody fumbles the football. There's a pile. They say it's incomplete.
They didn't have it long enough.
Nebraska put a helmet on the ball. As soon as Goody attempted to catch it, the ball came out, and the signal was incomplete pass. Nebraska recovers at the 25. We'll see if this is challenged.
The ruling on the field is an incomplete pass.
I don't know. He took 2 or 3 steps. As you can tell by our friends from Nebraska.
Bearcats want to try to snap this as quickly as
Yes,
possible
they do.
before it can be looked at. It's going to be looked at. The officials will blow the play dead. I'm with you. I think that's a fumble.
The previous play is under further review. The ruling on the field is an incomplete pass.
It's a perfect tackle. Putting the helmet on the ball by linebacker Vincent Shavers. And if the call is overturned, Nebraska would have the football at the Cincinnati 25-yard line.
And plenty of time. Minute 2.
Nebraska had an excellent defense last year. They lost several players from that defense, but their defense looks outstanding so far tonight.
I was going to say, to give them credit, they've replaced those guys, and you're thinking, okay, it's going to take a while. Plus, a new defensive coordinator. Now, he was on the staff last year, but he wasn't a coordinator. Now he's a coordinator, and I'll tell you what, they look really, really good.
The fumble, by the way, was recovered by Williams Waneri, one of the top recruits in the country a couple of years ago. Went to Missouri, didn't do much there before transferring to Nebraska. He was rated as the #1 edge rusher in the country coming out of high school by rivals.
Well, that was a perfect scenario. Crossing route there. A little guy out of the backfield, rather. A little route out of the backfield. Right there, and he's coming in from the side. And as you put it at Dan, perfect. He put the helmet right on the ball.
After review, the ruling on the field has changed. It is a completed pass for the fumble recovered by Nebraska. It will be first and 10 Nebraska at the 24-yard line. Please reset the game clock to 1:03, please. 1:03.
So Nebraska gets a takeaway with 63 seconds left in the half, and the Cornhuskers are going to have the ball around the 25-yard line.
Yeah, I think they said the 24. So loud here, they didn't even know they had the ball.
Yeah, the Nebraska coaches were holding up their arms as if to say, what's the call? What's the call? We obviously heard it because we have the official's microphone, but it's so noisy here, the Nebraska sideline did not realize they were about to get the football.
Yeah, the crowd started booing again, and the guys on the field had put their hands up in the air, what's going on? And then they finally found out that they did get the ball back.
So 1:03 left in the half. Nebraska's ball at the Cincinnati 24 after the fumble by Caleb Goody on the great hit by Shavers. Raiola in the gun. Johnson motions into the backfield and lines up to the right of his quarterback. Emmett Johnson having a big half. He's rushed for 72 yards. On 1st and 10, Raiola drops back to throw. Under pressure. Now he throws. It is caught. And it's going to be a first down at the 9-yard line. The catch made by Isaiah Hunter.
Yep.
And he goes out of bounds at the 9.
Nice job by Hunter at creating space out there and giving Dylan Raiola a spot to throw the football, an easy spot to throw the football. That was an easy completion.
55 seconds left in the half. First and goal from the 9 for the Cornhuskers. Raiola extends the hands, catches the shotgun snap, hands it off. Emmett Johnson swerving up the middle, and he gets tackled just shy of the 5-yard line. And the clock will run with 45 seconds left in the half.
Yeah, nice push there by the Nebraska offensive line. In this particular case, really didn't have to hit anybody until you got 3 yards down the field, got the extra 2 yards on his own.
A little surprised that Dante Corleone is not in at the moment for Cincinnati. Second down and goal from the 5. 3 receivers go out to the wide side right. Johnson in the backfield. 18 seconds left in the half. Raiola catches the shotgun snap. Cocks the arm. Throws into the end zone. A bobbling attempt. And it's caught for the touchdown. Isaiah Hunter hauled it in on the throw to the far side of the field by Raiola.
Yeah, just a fade route. Kind of just headed to the corner and had the DB to his inside. And Raiola just laid it out there, let the receiver go get it.
It's a really good catch by Isaiah Hunter.
It was.
Who had 5 touchdowns last year for the Cal Golden Bears.
McDoom was in his face, but he didn't see the football. Couldn't do anything about it.
So the fumble by Goody turned into a touchdown with 11 seconds left in the half by Nebraska. Touchdown being reviewed as they always are. Now,
he was right on the sideline for sure.
Watching it live, and we're on the 9th floor here at Arrowhead, it looked like it was bobbled. Looking at the replay, I'm not sure. As he's going out of bounds, if the ball is not fully secured, it could be overturned.
Yeah,
but I think he's got it cupped in his left arm for a catch.
And there is a knee that hits the ground almost simultaneously with what you're describing. There is a little bit more of a bobble there than I thought there was. I don't know.
Yeah, it was juggled a bit as he's going out of bounds. The ball never hits the ground. But while he's juggling it, does the knee come down out of bounds before he has fully secured the ball?
Okay, so he now officially would have the ball there. The knee is not on the ground. That's my opinion.
And his foot is in, and it only takes one in college football. So we think it's going to be a touchdown.
Yep.
Ball secured, right foot hitting the ground in the end zone before the knee hits the white stripe.
You know what? McDoom had his hands up in there, did a nice job, just couldn't get the ball away.
That's where Matthews' lack of height is going to hurt him from time to time. He's 5'9", Hunter is 6'1".
Both corners. You got Logan Wilson at 5'9" as well. It really hurts the Bearcats. The secondary we knew was a spot that they had to improve on. We knew it was a spot that...
After further review, the ruling of a touchdown is upheld.
So Raiola with a 5-yard touchdown pass to Isaiah Hunter. And Nebraska has a 12-3 lead pending the extra point.
Again, the crowd was so loud, Nebraska didn't even know they had a touchdown. Until the referee eventually, he made the call, then he walked back about 5 yards away and put his hands up in the air with the touchdown signal. It is very loud here.
Now the extra point. And the kick is good by Cunanan. A 3-play, 24-yard touchdown drive after the fumble by Caleb Goody. And Nebraska is up by 10. Right now, the big difference in this game, the passing attacks. Nebraska's thrown for 121 yards. Cincinnati's thrown for 20.
Yeah. There's been really no passing attack by Cincinnati at all. They look truly out of sorts.
Rushing yards are much closer. 76 for Nebraska, 61 for Cincinnati.
Well, and I think if you're the Bearcats, you certainly don't want to give up running the football. But at the same time, that's not going to get you back into the game here. I mean, right now they just want to get into the locker room for halftime, talk about things.
And Nebraska will be getting the ball to begin the third quarter.
That's true as well.
team's going to kick off. Previously, Hull was handling kickoff duties for Nebraska. Maybe he's better at squibs, and that's what Nebraska does. It is fair caught by the Bearcats around the 18-yard line. The ball will come out to the 25, and Cincinnati will undoubtedly take a knee.
Yep.
Gavin Grover catching that kickoff.
That's why they put him in there. They just were going to kick the ball short, not allow a long return. And so they brought the right kicker in, and the Bearcats did the right thing, too, by making a fair catch, just taking the ball there at the 25-yard line.
So the Bearcats line up in the equivalent of a victory formation. Sorsby takes a couple steps forward, then takes a knee. The final 8 seconds will run off the clock, and Nebraska will head to the locker room with a 13-3 halftime lead. Let's throw it down to Tony Pike.
Coach, with the noise that you guys are facing right now, a little out of sorts offensively, 20 passing yards for Brendan Sorsby. What do you want to see from the offense to get that rhythm back?
Yeah, we just hadn't had any rhythm, man. I think we run 24 plays in the first half. Defense is playing really, really good. Difference in the first half was the turnover. They put the ball on the ground, they got it back. We put it down, they got it, and it obviously turned into a touchdown. We're only down 10, so we're still in this game.
Looks like your defense just playing fast, playing with a lot of confidence. What have you liked from what you've seen from them?
Yeah, they're flying around making plays. They're doing a really good job holding the field goals. Offensively, we put them in a bad spot right there. We can't turn the football over.
Coach, good luck in the second half. Thank you.
All right, Tony, thank you again at the half. Nebraska leads Cincinnati by 10. 13-3 is the score. We invite you to stay tuned for the R+L Carriers halftime report. It's presented by R+L Carriers. Visit rlc.com and make R+L Carriers your global transportation provider. This is Bearcat football on 700 WLW.
Paul's new drone startup just lost its most genius computer scientist.
We just lost our best genius to some new genius who's got a genius new idea. I'm going to have to find a new genius, or two half geniuses, and fast.
He needs a computer scientist that can keep his startup from falling down.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
With comprehensive reports on local schools you won't find anywhere else, Homes.com is the only place to find the in-depth info home shoppers want. Very in-depth info. Curious about where a school ranks in the state? Look no further. Percentage of teachers in their first or second year? We've got it. Lowest student-teacher ratio? No problem. The best cafeteria lunch in the district for your 9-year-old food blogger? Would it surprise you if we said yes? Homes.com. We've done your homework.
When you bundle renters and auto with Progressive, you can save while protecting your most valuable possessions, like your priceless vinyl collection. Sure, you sleep on a futon because the money most people would have spent on a bed you spent on more records. But forget the fact that you can stream just about any song ever created for a few dollars a month. No, you need to listen to music in the most difficult way possible. So go ahead and get Progressive so you can save while protecting the things that matter to you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
There's something for everyone at Honda East. With unbeatable deals, great financing options, and a large inventory of new and certified pre-owned vehicles to choose from, there's never been a better time to drive a Honda. And our award-winning service department ranks among the best in the country, with a seasoned lineup of service consultants and factory-trained Honda technicians. The ultimate Honda experience at Honda East. Visit HondaEastCincy.com.
News, traffic, and weather. News Radio 700 WLW, Cincinnati.
I'm Lee Mowen with the UC Halftime Report. It's 44 years to life in prison for the man convicted of killing LaSalle graduate Luke Mackey. Christian Henderson was sentenced today for charges involving murder, burglary, and aggravated robbery. A teenager in Henderson lured Mackey over to Westwood to rob him, but eventually killed him. A step closer to justice for India Kennemore as a Hamilton County grand jury indicts Kayvon Warren for conspiring to kill her on the day she was due to deliver his child. Prosecutor Connie Pillage said Warren arranged for Robert Irvin and Lamar Morris Suggs to fatally shoot her in a Coleraine Township home and stage it as a burglary. Investigators say Warren wanted Kennemore to have an abortion, but facing financial strain in another relationship had her killed instead. All three face multiple aggravated murder charges and could face life in prison. A legendary Cincinnati radio voice has died.
I'll roll a Democrat, but only if I get Ted Kennedy. He's going to roll a lot easier than the others. All right. Be easy. Watch my back pocket. There's a glass there.
Okay, Bob Dole won. He rolled Teddy Kennedy the farthest.
And I even picked up a few leftover eggs from yesterday's hunt along the way.
That's the voice of Gary Burbank, who began his WLW career back in 1982 and lasted until his retirement in December 2007. He was inducted into the Radio Hall of Fame in 2012. He died at the age of 84. Your latest forecast.
On the way to Friday morning, we're going to see a few clouds around. There's a small chance of sprinkles in the morning, a 7 a.m. temperature of 57. The rest of our Friday, though, is mostly sunny, a high is 78. At night, mostly clear. We drop to 54. From your severe weather station, I'm 9 First Warning Chief Meteorologist Steve Raleigh. News Radio 700 WLW.
With the UC Halftime Report, I'm Lee Mowen.
News 24 hours a day. News Radio 700 WLW.
And Doug. Limu and I always tell you to customize your car insurance and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. But now we want you to feel it. Cue the emu music, Limu.
Save yourself money today. Increase your wealth. Customize and save, we say.
That may have been too much feeling.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Savings vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
Oh, by the way, Ivan's no longer on the project. His wife got a new job, so they're moving across the country.
Robin's top researcher is deviating to a new market. This isn't standard.
And now we're short-staffed. Who's going to finish all these projects?
She needs a cluster of new data analysts, and there's no margin for error.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Put our matching platform to work so you can spend less time searching and more time connecting with talented candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
With comprehensive reports on local schools you won't find anywhere else, Homes.com is the only place to find the in-depth info home shoppers want. Very in-depth info. Curious about where a school ranks in the state? Look no further. Percentage of teachers in their first or second year? We've got it. Lowest student-teacher ratio? No problem. The best cafeteria lunch in the district for your 9-year-old food blogger? Would it surprise you if we said yes?
Homes.com. We've done your homework.
700 WLW.
This is the R&L Carriers Halftime Report, brought to you in part by R&L Carriers. Visit RLC.com and make R&L Carriers your global transportation provider. This is UC Football.
Mo Egger at Arrowhead Stadium with the R&L Carriers halftime report. Cincinnati trails Nebraska at the half by a score of 13-3. On the college football scoreboard tonight, one team in the top 25 in action, and it lost. 25th rated Boise State loses at USF by a score of 34-7. There are 3 other games tonight involving Big 12 teams. Earlier this evening, Oklahoma State a winner over UT Martin 27-7. Houston in the fourth quarter is shutting out Stephen F. Austin 27-0. And early in the third quarter, after a long lightning delay, UCF and Jacksonville State are scoreless. One other halftime score of note, the Miami Redhawks opening their season tonight, and they trail Wisconsin in Madison at halftime by a score of 3-0. A Bengals update, Cincinnati today made it official. Guard Dalton Reisner signs as a free agent. Reisner has played in 87 career games, comes over to Cincinnati after spending the last 2 seasons with the Minnesota Vikings. Bengals also waiving defensive tackle Eric Gregory. He signed with the Bengals as a college free agent back in May. Bengals signing tackle Javon Foster to the practice squad, a second-year player who was a 4th-round draft pick of the Jaguars last season, played in 4 games for Jacksonville last year. They have signed safety Russ Yeast to the practice squad. You might remember his dad, Craig, played for the Bengals in 1999 and 2000. And Cincinnati also releasing tackle Devin Cochran from the practice squad. He appeared in 9 games with the Bengals last season. One other NFL note, edge rusher Micah Parsons has been traded by the Dallas Cowboys to the Green Bay Packers in exchange for defensive tackle Kenny Clark and a pair of first-round picks. Parsons signs a deal with Green Bay that makes him the new highest-paid non-quarterback in the National Football League. Meanwhile, the Reds are off tonight. Cincinnati opening up a 9-game homestand at GABP tomorrow night with the first of 3 against the St. Louis Cardinals. Reds did get some help tonight. The New York Mets fell to the Miami Marlins by a score of 7-0, so Cincinnati now trails the Mets by 4 games in the hunt for the last National League wildcard spot. And one other baseball note, Middletown native Kyle Schwarber tonight became the 21st player in Major League history to hit 4 homers in a game. He did that in Philadelphia's 19-4 victory over the Atlanta Braves. 13-3 the score here at halftime at Arrowhead Stadium. The Bearcats trail the Cornhuskers. First half stats and a recap from Dan and Jim when we come back. You're listening to UC Bearcats football presented by R&L Carriers on 700 WLW.
Paul's new drone startup just lost its most genius computer scientist.
We just lost our best genius to some new genius who's got a genius new idea. I'm going to have to find a new genius, or 2 half geniuses, and fast.
He needs a computer scientist that can keep his startup from falling down.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Hey, listener. Velo Plus is the new pillowy soft nicotine pouch available in 7 flavors and 6 and 9 milligram strengths. Get your taste buds a-tingling. Register at Velo.com, that's VELO.com, and save $3 on a can today.
Underage sale prohibited. Nicotine pouches. Velo Plus is a synthetic nicotine product. Website and offers restricted to age 21 plus. Copyright 2025 MBI.
Progressive knows we all crave validation.
Girl, you are not 37.
I would have guessed 27.
You guys are too sweet.
Sure, dewy skin. Terrific.
Is something wrong, Ned?
Why would you ask? Just because today marks my 10th anniversary without a car accident or even a speeding ticket? But somehow, tonight's all about your skincare.
Wow. With Snapshot from Progressive, you can get a personalized rate based on how you drive. And that's all the validation you need. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents. Surcharge possible for unsafe driving.
With comprehensive reports on local schools you won't find anywhere else, Homes.com is the only place to find the in-depth info home shoppers want. Very in-depth info. Curious about where a school ranks in the state? Look no further. Percentage of teachers in their first or second year? We've got it. Lowest student-teacher ratio? No problem. The best cafeteria lunch in the district for your 9-year-old food blogger? Would it surprise you if we said yes?
Homes.com. We've done your homework.
You're locked on to News Radio 700 WLW.
At the half here in Kansas City, Nebraska leads Cincinnati by 10, 13-3. You're listening to the R&L Carriers halftime report. And time to take a look at first half stats, brought to you by Skyline Chili, the official chili. University of Cincinnati football, feeling good and hungry. It's Skyline time. The stats overwhelmingly favor Nebraska. 197 yards of offense for the Cornhuskers, 81 for Cincinnati. And as we said just before the half, the big difference is passing yards. $121 for Dylan Raiola, and really a stunning 20 passing yards for Brendan Sorsby in Cincinnati.
Yeah, if you look at it, he was 7 for 11, but the last 3 or 4 passes that he threw lost yardage. So, I mean, they're not doing anything right, and it's not just Brendan Sorsby that's not having a rough night out there. The Bearcat offense just needs to get going. They've run 23 plays in the first half. That's a quarter, really, to be honest. In this case, Nebraska's run 40. So, there you go, double.
And yet, it should be a 6-3 game in Nebraska's favor, but Cincinnati fumbled it away, deep in its own territory with 63 seconds left in the half. Caleb Goody had the ball knocked out of his hands by Vincent Shavers, recovered by Nebraska. And 3 plays later, the Cornhuskers scored their first touchdown to go up 13-3. I hate to say it, Jim, but how many times last year was the final minute of the first half a killer for Cincinnati? It seemed to happen every other week, and it happens in week 1 this year.
Yeah, they came up with a name last year called the Middle Eight, which was the last 4 minutes of the first half and the first 4 minutes of the second half. And that was something they worked on that they didn't want to happen anymore. And unfortunately, it reared its head already today, right at the end of the half. I mean, they're going to have a tough time driving the length of the field, but it was an opportunity for them to get this offense going. They've rushed at times. Okay, Brendan Sorsby's now the leading rusher with 21 yards. And but at the same time, the passing game is absolutely atrocious right now. And I don't know if that's because they're not giving him enough time. I think that's part of it. I also think the receivers aren't getting open.
Emmett Johnson, Nebraska's #1 running back, had a big half. 76 rushing yards plus 9 receiving yards. So 85 yards for him, tracking for $170 in the game.
Yeah, 5.1 yards per carry on rushing. And he caught the ball a few times and has done really, really well. So he's having a heck of a game. And there's a difference if you look at. So he had 15 rushes for 76 yards. Bonner had 1 for 3. Harburg had 1 for 2, and Nelson had 1 for 0. So he's the only one really gaining yardage right now. Raiola's had a few, but he's also he doesn't want to run the football. So, but anyway, the Bearcats just need to get the offense going, and unfortunately, with the way that things, when they took the ball, when they won the toss, they took the ball, and they're not going to get the football first. Nebraska will get it.
Our halftime score: Nebraska 13, Cincinnati 3. You've been listening to the R&L Carriers Halftime Report, brought to you by R&L Carriers. Visit rlc.com and make R&L Carriers your global transportation provider. Back with the second half in just a moment here on 700 WLW.
When you bundle renters and auto with Progressive, you can save while protecting your most valuable possessions, like your priceless vinyl collection. Sure, you sleep on a futon because the money most people would have spent on a bed you spent on more records. But forget the fact that you can stream just about any song ever created for a few dollars a month. No, you need to listen to music in the most difficult way possible. So go ahead and get Progressive so you can save while protecting the things that matter to you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Warning: this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Hey, listener. Velo Plus is the new pillowy soft nicotine pouch available in 7 flavors and 6 and 9 milligram strengths. Get your taste buds a-tingling. Register at velo.com, that's VELO.com, and save $3 on a can today.
Underage sale prohibited. Nicotine pouches. Velo Plus is a synthetic nicotine product. Website and offers restricted to age 21 plus. Copyright 2025 MBI.
Homes.com is the only place where you can find specialized neighborhood guides with the in-depth insider info home shoppers want. Very in-depth info. Want to know if there's homes for sale in the area? We've got it. How long has a home been on the market? We'll know it. Average lot size? Uh-huh. Proximity to local parks? Of course. Insight into your neighbor's divorce? We're working on it.
Homes.com. We've done your homework.
By the end of another busy day with commuting and after-school pickups complete, it could feel like you've driven halfway across North Carolina. For Fuel Rewards members at Shell, that running around translates into savings at the pump. Earn rewards on fuel, snacks, dining out, and more. Earn 10 cents per gallon off when you reach platinum status, with opportunities to stack rewards for even more savings. Visit fuelrewards.com/join25 and sign up today. At participating merchants and Shell locations, limit 20 gallons. Restrictions apply. Visit fuelrewards.com for more information.
This is 700 WLW, the home of the UC Bearcats.
We're about 2.5 minutes away from the start of the third quarter. Nebraska outscored Cincinnati 13-0 in the second quarter after the Bearcats had a 3-0 lead at the end of one. It is 13-3 Cornhuskers at the half. Let's get down to Tony Pike.
You got to be able to ride this wave of momentum right now. A Raiola fumble that he is able to recover. That changes the momentum back. You pin the Bearcats deep. Next thing you know, they fumble, and Nebraska is able to get a touchdown. It almost feels like you got to come out and force a stop here to try to stimulate that momentum back to the Bearcat side. Offensively, you can't keep shooting yourself in the foot with the penalties. But more importantly, you got to find some type of identity. You got to find some type of rhythm. Do they want to run it? Do they want to throw it? Can they find some early, easy completions for Brendan Sorcy to get them into this game mentally and physically?
Cincinnati has a new core of wide receivers. We've talked about it a lot in the run-up to this game. They haven't done much. No catches for Jeff Caldwell. Cyrus Allen has a couple, but they've only gone for 7 yards. Caleb Goody fumbled. Haven't seen Noah Jennings on the field much, so we know they got some talent. Still getting in sync with a new quarterback and a new system. And that was a legit concern on the opening night of the season.
Yeah, in the Cincinnati defense has played well. And one of the things that we all talked about all through summer camp is you're playing your own defense day after day after day. Well, the Bearcat offense at times, most of the time, really just shredded that defense. And the defense outplaying the offense today. And you mentioned Caldwell, one target, and it was kind of a weak, I won't say a weak effort on his part. The ball really wasn't there, but there's not been anything. And I think Tony's right. There's been no identity for what the offense is doing in the first half. They ran the ball well initially, but at the same time, passing game-wise, there's been nothing.
Cincinnati's field goal drive was 8 plays for 38 yards. And that is the only time the Bearcats have run a possession with more than 5 plays. The other ones were 5, 4, 3, and 3.
Yeah, and I think Tony's also right. You got to get some sort of stop here. Whether that's a turnover, whether that's just, stopping them on downs, making them punt.
Here comes the kickoff from Steven Rusnak. And he drives it into the end zone, where it bounces about 6 yards deep and trickles through the back for a touchback.
Strong leg, and I like that because you're in a situation where you don't want anybody to run the kickoff back. You can always put it through the end zone, or if you maybe want to stop them inside the 20, you can kick it a little bit less.
Dylan Raiola, 13 for 19 in the first half. He threw for 121 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions, 1 fumble. But fortunately for him, bounced right back into his arms. Ball's on the left hash, 1st and 10 from the 25 for Nebraska. They'll have 2 receivers out to each side. Raiola looks to throw, short pass over the middle, caught by Key, and hit right away.
And that's the way the defense was in the first area. I mean, they were really swarming. In that case, 2 people just absolutely destroyed it. But as a pickup of 4, you'll take that if you're Nebraska. But at the same time, the receiver got punished big time.
Christian Harrison with a good sure tackle. 2nd down and 6. Raiola fakes a handoff. Throws a screen out to the left. This one will result in maybe a 1-yard gain. Good pursuit by Golday to bring down Ja'Cory Barney. 3rd down and 5 for the Cornhuskers.
I think he got more than that, Dan. He's got 1 yard to go. So he picked up 3 or 4 on
that. My mistake. So it's 3rd down and 1 for Nebraska.
Yeah, he looked like that's where he was going to be. Here we go. Quarterback sneak.
And it's going to pick up the 1st down. They actually bring in a tight end, Heinrich Harburg, to run the quarterback sneak. He was a quarterback last year. He was the backup quarterback last year. He's been moved to tight end, but that's the 2nd time tonight in a short yardage situation. They bring him in to take the direct snap, and he plunges forward for the 1st down. So 1st and 10 Cornhuskers.